And so this project is a really exciting project, opening 9 new miles of Carpool Lane, which it starts right between Solana Beach and Cardiff, right behind me right here, and it goes all the way to Carlsbad, Palomar Airport Road. And so that 9 miles will allow people to travel between here and there in a carpool lane that will reduce congestion and reduce emissions and incentivize driving together. So this is a great and exciting day that we're here to recognize that the northbound opened today, this morning. And I have some really important people with me who I would like to introduce. So we have our Caltrans District 11 Director, Gustavo Delarda. He'll be speaking after me. Thank you for coming today. We also have Mayor of Solana Beach, Lisa Hibner. Thank you for coming today. And we also have Glenn Mcdonald, who is representing Assembly Member Tasha Berner Horvath's office. Thank you, Glenn. So this is another major accomplishment and milestone for our region. And I just want to say that as the mayor of the city of Encinitas, we have been the tremendous beneficiary of so many important projects that Caltrans has been doing, and many of our communities are benefiting from that. So in the city of Encinitas, we have had an ongoing major lagoon restoration project, the San Elijo Lagoon, and we can see Doug Gibson, he's executive director right back there for the Nature Collective. Thank you for coming. And we also have a new coastal rail trail in the city of Encinitas. We have a double tracking of the rail line, and that will allow trains to go more efficiently. And so the combination of these capacity enhancing projects, which is what freeway projects are, together with transit promoting projects, and biking and walking projects like the coastal rail trail, and then environmental projects, is what the entire package of investments was designed to do. And so we see with these projects, government really delivering for our communities. And this specific event today is about the I-5 freeway, but the combination suite of projects that we have been able to deliver is really the thing that's so exciting about the work that SANDAG is doing, and about these partnerships that really bring in the federal government, the state government, the county, SANDAG level government, and also local cities and local leaders like you see here, the mayor of Solana Beach and me serving as the mayor in Encinitas. Because when we all work together and we say yes to projects and we say yes to progress, we're able to improve people's quality of life. And I think that's ultimately what we're really trying to do in our service. And I think all of the professionals who work in the agencies are also motivated by service, as well as the elected officials, to try to improve people's lives. So these improvements, I have been noticing them on the 5 freeway for many months, as I'm sure people who drive the corridor have as well. And we see things that are improvements. So some portions of the Caltrans right-of-way have not been improved for 30 or more years. So the concrete is cracked, and sometimes the landscaping isn't kept up as nicely, and it might be filled with litter. And this project has really cleared out a lot of that. There's also been a little bit of a sadness, I think, from eating into the trees in the green space. But we are planting a lot of additional new trees, and I know in our city we were able to save trees by putting a ribbon around the trees that could be saved, and really prioritizing the saving of trees, which is important. But all of these things go toward, do we want a transportation network that works better for all of us? And we have to make the investments multimodal across that driving, transit, biking, walking, to make sure that we are able to have that transportation network of the future. And I just want to mention briefly one project that's also transformative that we were working on just yesterday. So yesterday we were near the border, the Otay Mesa East 2, it's Otay 2. So it's the 3rd border crossing in this county. And we're on the verge of having that project rise out of the ground. So it's supposed to open and planned to be open September of 2024, a 3rd border crossing in this county, and it will allow goods and people to travel more efficiently across the border, which will improve people's lives as well. So the bottom line is that SANDAG and Caltrans and your regional partners are all delivering, and we're delivering for the people in this county so that we can continue to travel around and live our lives, get to the places we need to go. So with that, I'm thrilled to be here, and I'd like to recognize our Executive Director, Hassan Akrada. Thank you for all your great work, Hassan. He and Colleen have just arrived. Say hello, Colleen. She's also an important person at SANDAG, who you all should know. So with that, I will hand it over to Gustavo to say a few words. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Blakespeare. Good morning, everyone. What a beautiful day it is. It is a beautiful day when it rains in San Diego. We need the water. So I'm very happy to be here for this ribbon cutting event that opens 9 more miles of HOVs on Interstate 5 from Solana Beach to Carlsbad. As the mayor mentioned, in the northbound direction, the lanes were opened this morning. In the southbound direction, we will be working, putting the finishing touches, and those 9 miles southbound will be opening in the next few weeks. We've been working on this project in a partnership with SANDAG since late 2016, when we started the construction on a new approach to improving mobility, like Mayor Blakespeare mentioned. So today, these 9 miles are going to add to the existing 12 miles of HOVs that we had prior to that, for a total of 21-mile facility for carpoolers and permitted clean air vehicles. So we anticipate that these lanes are going to encourage people to carpooling by providing a faster trip than general purpose lanes. So this is part of an ongoing $875 million effort that includes widening the freeway for additional HOV lanes, but also includes double tracking, bike paths, walking trails, and lagoon restoration. This is a new way of doing business, and it's actually a model statewide for how transportation projects should be done. So let me make a couple of points about how this project was made possible from a financial standpoint. This project couldn't have been possible without a $90 million investment early on from regional Transnet funds that funded the environmental and the design of this project that got it ready for construction. Also, out of the about $500 million that are on this stretch of the entire segment, the region provided $5 million of Transnet funds, in addition to the 90 that I mentioned before. That $5 million leveraged nearly $200 million of 2017 Road Repair and Accountability Act and other state and federal funding. So that's very important, because the regional funds are needed to get these projects ready and then be able to leverage large sums of state and federal funding. I'd like to commend the innovation and collaboration between all the agencies and partners working on this project. I want to also thank our corridor director and his amazing team, Alan Kossop, and the team of Caltrans, SANDAG, and also consultants. I would like to thank our consultants, T.Y. Lin, Kimley Horn, and Kleinfelder, and also the people that build this, our amazing contractor, FSSW. Thank you for doing a great job getting this done. And last but not least, I cannot forget all the residents that put up patiently with all the construction. There's a lot of work to be done for these kind of projects, and we got to keep people moving while the construction is going on. So thank you for your patience. So please remember that there's still some construction going on. So there's still speed limit reductions in this stretch. So please remember to drive 55 on the 5. And as we start turning over these completed portions to our maintenance people, please be work zone alert. And when you see those flashing amber lights from our maintenance people or emergency responders, please slow down and move over, give them enough room to get their job done. Now, I would also like to thank the groups that adopt the highway. This is a very popular stretch of highway where we have a lot of groups adopting and helping clean our highways and clean our state. I want to recognize them for the work that they do, and anybody that is interested in adopting a ramp or adopting a segment of a highway, please go to our website where you can see the areas that are up for adoption. And under Clean California, there are actually stipends. You can actually get paid to do something great for our region. So I'd like to conclude with that. Thank you all so much for being here. I hope you enjoy the lanes. And next, I would like to introduce Solana Beach Mayor, Lisa Hibner. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. I'm so happy to be here. This has been a project a long time in the coming. And as has been said, it's been a partnership by so many to create a suite of projects that allow us to keep moving, to getting to the places that we need to get to. So I know that my residents are very, very happy about this project, especially those who have to drive north to commute. And previously they had no other choice but to be stuck in a general purpose lane, often a little bit too congested. So now they can jump into the HOV lane. I just heard yesterday that California is the first to reach 1 million electric vehicles. So we've got quite a few in this area that will be able to use that HOV lane, as well as encourage carpooling. So they now have a choice in how to get to work faster and while doing their part to reduce greenhouse gases and that particulate matter that comes from idling cars stuck in congestion. So I also want to thank our residents and drivers for their patience for the construction. We can hear the beep, beep, beep now, and sometimes that would occur late at night. And I know that I got quite a few emails about it, but always pointed out what the benefits will be. So the benefits are here today. I anticipate getting some emails of thank yous as well this afternoon to see that. So I'm also looking forward to the active transportation project that's coming. I'm thrilled that Doug Gibson is here from the Nature Collective, because part of the mitigation money went to Nature Collective to help with restoring the lagoon, and people are walking those bridges and those trails, and they're going to be able to continue that with the active transportation projects that are coming very soon, later this spring, connected with this project. So I'm very happy that this is happening today. I know there will be continued construction because we're going to continue this opening up of HOV lanes all the way up to the 78. So look forward to that as well. And with that, I'd like to introduce Glenn Mcdonald with Assemblymember Tasha Werner Horvath's office. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Glenn Mcdonald, and I'm here, like the mayor said, on behalf of Assemblymember Tasha Werner Horvath, who represents the Encinitas community in our state assembly. So the Assemblymember is busy working for us up in Sacramento. Otherwise, she'd be happy to be here to celebrate another milestone on the way to fulfilling this vision for our Build NCC project. But by opening this extension and adding another 9 miles of HOV, we're really going to be able to meaningfully improve mobility for the many folks who rely on this stretch of freeway on a daily basis. And with so many employment centers up here in the North Coastal region and so many people making this commute every day, we need to do everything we can really to make that journey more efficient while encouraging to carpool or drive hybrid and electric vehicles, as has been touched on. And this new stretch brings us closer to that goal. And if the Assemblymember were here, she would also want to highlight the many ways that the broader Build NCC project is expanding mobility options to help people get their cars and choose critically to bike instead. And so after all, we are in a climate crisis and our infrastructure improvements need to reflect that. So whether it's the suspension bridge underneath the Senolita Lagoon, bridge, the coastal rail trail improvements, the Class 2 bike lane along Manchester, the connection up to Birmingham, or any of the other smaller safety improvements, they're all going to make biking safer and more convenient along this corridor, which is exactly what we need if we're going to expect folks to choose to take an e-bike for those shorter trips. So on behalf of the Assemblymember, I'd like to commend the work that's been done to date by our incredible Build NCC crews, and to our SANDAG and Caltrans leadership and all the elected officials who have worked to support these improvements. Thank you for working together to deliver on an ambitious vision for what transportation in our Earth County community can look like. With that, thank you.
Well, thank you, everybody. It's great to hear from you. And we're going to do an official ribbon cutting with this green ribbon behind us. But I just want to say that we will be opening the next 4 miles of Carpool Lane north of Palomar Airport Road. So that will be in about 1 year. We'll do that ribbon cutting. And we also have a new bridge, a suspension bridge, a bike path bridge that will go underneath right here, which you can almost see in the background, which will cross across the lagoon, and that will be happening in a few short months. So we're excited for all the projects that are coming on from this suite of projects. So thank you again for joining us today, and we'll go ahead with the ribbon cutting. We each have a scissors.
Actually, guys, we're gonna need to take a picture of the whole banner right there. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's get the hood down.
Can I take a photo with your phone?
Wait, Forrest. Hold on. Look at the camera first, okay?
Good, 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
And
Look up when you say 3. 1.
2, 3. You got it.
Yep.